Hello, YouTube stackers. This is ST with Silver Stacking 101, where we believe in staying stacked and pat, stacked with silver, gold, food, ammo, and pat with the means necessary to defend our stack. The title of this video is Financial and Weather Forecast. No, this video is not giving financial forecast or weather forecast, but rather pointing out a difference of how a lot of people handle each one of them. Let's begin by talking about the weather forecast. Let's assume we live in Fargo, North Dakota, and it is January. It's going to be cold out. For this example, let's assume there are 4 news stations in Fargo. Each news station has its own weather forecaster. 3 of the weather forecasters are traditional weather forecasters. The 4th has a magic secret formula to forecasting the weather. We DVR 3 of the weather forecast and watch the 4th and go back and watch the 3 we DVR'd. We have 3 different forecasters calling between 16 and 17 degrees. We don't like that. That's cold. The 4th guy is saying these other forecasters are morons. It's going to be 82 degrees tomorrow. And how he knows that is a fact that he is going to cite. In Tampa Bay, 2 killer whales were seen mating in the bay with a manatee swimming around them while they did it. And last time that happened, it was 82 degrees. So he called 82 degrees. Well, we like his forecast. We don't like the 16 to 17 degree forecast. So we plan for his forecast because we really like his forecast. We lay out a tacky Hawaiian shirt, Bermuda shorts, and flip-flops for the next morning because we are really like this guy's forecast. The next morning we run out the door and we quickly remember the Seinfeld episode with shrinkage. And we determine very quickly that water is not necessary for shrinkage to occur as we run back in the house and change our clothes. That night, we watched this guy again. This guy offers the excuse that the government's HAARP machine in Alaska, if you heard of it, there's some conspiracy theories that says it manipulates the weather, manipulated the weather or he would have been right. But it's going to be 83 degrees the next day. Well, we like his forecast because the other guys are still saying between 16 and 17 degrees. So we go to bed planning for an 83 degree day the next day. And this continues and continues and continues. Nobody does this. Not in weather. He wouldn't be there. No one would listen to his forecast. But let's shift to financial. Look at the silver pumpers that are out there that have abysmal track records on calling the silver price. The same people for 5 years have been saying the end is next month. There will be an end. I'm not disputing that the dollar will collapse. Please do not misunderstand me. But it is not immediate. These guys are calling for a very quick rise in silver to astronomical levels. But they've been doing it for 5 years. But yet people watch them. And actually, I noticed when I became more bullish on silver, my views went up. I'm becoming less bullish because the global trade war has been backed off. I like the sanctions that are going into place, or not the sanctions, but the tariffs. But when I was getting more optimistic on silver price, my views skyrocketed. My subscribers skyrocketed. I suspect the opposite will happen now. And that's okay. I'm not going to get on here and lie about it. I got a little bit of integrity about me. But I started recently charting the predictions of some of the pumpers. As we go along, and as some time elapses from the time I started, I am going to report back the results and the days the predictions were made, because a lot of these pumpers delete their videos. I hear a guy on the radio now that is saying because China is building this massive solar farm, silver could be up $80 an ounce by the end of summer because of the demand to supply the solar farm with silver for raw materials. This is the same guy that has consistently, every 3 months, went on the radio with another reason why silver's going to suddenly skyrocket, and it never happens. So we're going to start paying attention to pumpers. I got one that's paying attention to me, and that's nice to be noticed. So we're going to start charting predictions. Also, Sunday or Monday, I'm going to put my forecast up for the rest of the year. Now, I have only forecasted silver prices twice in the past 18 months. Those videos are still up. And they were right. Caught a lot of grief about it. The reason people react differently with the financial forecast than they do the weather forecast is so many people construct an idealistic narrative, the way they want things to be, and then they go look for some kind of affirmation to support the narrative, instead of discovering what things are and constructing the narrative based on fact rather than the ideal situation. Guys, comment, agree, disagree, subscribe if you haven't, give me a thumbs up. Comments are great. Keep them coming. If you disagree, by all means, please comment, agree, comment. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Stay stacked and packed.